There just one form of belly dancing, or are there other forms?
There's many forms.
Can you elaborate on some of the other forms and how they're different from what you do?
Well, generally the style that I do is loosely called Egyptian style. The music and movements are pretty much based from that area of the Middle East. That doesn't mean somebody who's from Lebanon doesn't know those movements, not at all. That certainly there's crossover. There's different style of music, rhythms, costuming, what kind of shoes they wear. If we take, for example, a little bit more different Middle Eastern dance is Turkish style. The body posture is different when executing the movements. It's just nuances. Once you know more about the dance, then you can actually say, oh, she's Turkish style, or oh, she's Egyptian style.
Mm-hmm. Oh, could you say something about the costume you wore while you were dancing?
Well, it's a professional costume that was made for me in Egypt. They can be imported here to America.
Are they expensive?
Yes, yes they are. They're handmade, hand-sewn, hand-beaded.
Yeah, I'm sure passed on from generation to generation, the art skill.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And where else have you taught your dance besides America?
The journey has been an interesting one. I've been all over the States. I've been in Canada. I've taught in the Caribbean. I've lived and taught in Europe, in many different countries in Europe. I've been in Morocco, I've been in Greece, I've been in Turkey, and in Egypt.
Do you notice the students are different, say, in the United States versus Europe or the Middle East?
Well, to some degree they're the same, because there's still ladies out there looking for finding their femininity and rejoicing in the fact that they can be women in this dance form and not some supermodel, very thin type of body that the media tries to promote all the time. In other cases, you would see differences in just because they're from different cultures, they have a different way of acquiring movements or expressing themselves.
Now, I went to your website and I noticed that you have a DVD for sale. Is that you performing?
Yes.
And is it just one of your performances, or is it you teaching?
I have 2 DVDs that are instructional, and one of them is a basic level, so you can actually use it to start to learn how to move. It's always better to have a teacher there correcting you, but if you're not able, or if you're for a while uncomfortable, or you just want to try it out, it's good to have the DVD at home, and then you're comfortable by yourself there. And the second instructional one is at a little higher level, works with a veil. I also have another DVD that is completely performance, that was filmed with me in Vienna to Egyptian live music.
Oh, live music. So you had like a band behind you?
Yes.
That must have been great. Now, you mentioned the veil and symbols before. Can you talk a little bit about the accoutrements of dancing? You know, why would you use bells versus a veil, etc.?
Well, the veil is very feminine, soft, and flowing. It's a piece of silk, and that really symbolizes the women of the Middle East and of the Orient, because if you think of the Silk Route, they really went across the whole from Near East to Far East. And so it's very symbolic of what the dance form is about. It is not a veil in the case of you wear it, and it's not traditional in the sense of religion. It's just something flowing, lovely, big piece of fabric. And finger cymbals are used to play along as a percussive instrument. That's something that you play to the music, and you also play to your movements. So someone who is an Arabic musician can sit and play cymbals along with the drummer, but he'd play it a little different from the way a dancer would use it, because she knows what she's going to do, and she can enhance her movements by how she plays.
Now, you've been teaching classes at the Infinity for a while. How many weeks are your classes?
I come in and do special workshops.
Okay.
So they're 2-hour workshops every once in a while, mostly on demand, because a lot of ladies like it, and we keep coming back. But it's at a lower level, sort of introductory. I keep it very open so that somebody who's never done it before can enjoy the class, and I do have regulars that come back. So there's something there for everyone.
All right. Does a person have to be in great physical shape to belly dance?
Well, when they come at whatever level they are when they try it. And does that mean you have to be in great shape to even try it? No. It can come and be your vehicle to getting to better shape.
And how often would you recommend somebody belly dance per day, per week?
For a fitness purpose?
Yeah.
2 to 3 times a week.
And how many minutes?
A good hour.
Okay. Is that what you do, or I assume you do more?
I do a lot more, yes.
Well, and also you probably keep very busy in class.
Yes, when I'm teaching a class, I'm not sitting in a chair. I'm very active. I do things with the ladies, and I never ask them to do something that I wouldn't do. So no matter what level they're at, they can see that I can do it. If I can do it, they can do it.
Okay. And do you have mirrors in your studio?
Yes.
And are they helpful?
Very.
All right. And so you had your start in belly dancing. Why did you go to this one particular style? Did you try other styles, or you just found the one style and stuck with it?
Well, it was an exploration for a while. I was dancing at a time when belly dance classes weren't easy to find here in Chicago. So I had to seek trainers for higher level, and I had to leave the city to do so. So the first area I went was New York, because there's a lot of dancing there of all kinds. And I found the man who was my mentor then, a Lebanese gentleman who was a very famous choreographer. And I worked with him intensely all over the States, and particularly in New York. And so I learned strongly a Lebanese style of dance. And then I went overseas and wanted to see it for myself and be authentic about it. I didn't want to learn just the entertainment version of the dance, which is a lot of what you see outside of the Middle East, and especially in America. And so I went to Morocco, and then Greece and Turkey, and then I went to Egypt.
How long did you stay in Greece, Turkey, Morocco?
Well, like 3 to 4 weeks, just to explore.
Would you go to the dance studios there?
I went to the dance studios. I went to nightclubs to see dancing. I wanted to see folkloric dancing as well as belly dancing. So I really tried to get a whole arena around it and not just one style.
Well, I find with like yoga or martial arts, people after they study different styles, they end up producing their own.
As it should be, yeah.
And so do you really feel like your style is eclectic? You've kind of picked up a little here and there from all the different styles you've studied?
You can say, of course, that it all influences. There's a fusion, of course. I mean, you can still see a ballet training in my body. And
I couldn't. I don't have the eye. And maybe
another dancer could, yes, definitely. But primarily, I would say, with the one mentor being Lebanese and then finding a second one in Cairo being Egyptian, those were the two threads that I studied the most.